Oh my gosh. Everybody, it's Labor Day. It's my man Luciano's birthday. There was a 4x4 outside and a pitcher catcher duo. It's a 10. And my dad repeated Brad Pitt's name. I cannot believe I actually tweeted that I was gonna play Brad Pitt's lover in the 1970s named David K. And now I am potentially booked on a project with Brad Pitt. OMG. The Adventures of Cliff Booth. Yo, did he have some adventures with guys, Cliff Booth? Because I am down, Brad Pitt. Let me smell your pits, Brad Pitt. Bro, are you serious? This is the coolest day of my life. Literally, a 4x4 pulled into, let me get this back into the frame. Literally, a 4x4 pulled into this spot in front of me where I just went to smoke a J, pulled out after idling, then came back, looked at me, turned around, then went back around, and it was trailed by a license plate with the number 917. That is my fucking number. And guess what? The last time I talked to my parents was on July 19th because I grew up at 19 Virginia Road. Damn! I'm gonna call this Labor Day. Right? I mean, the White House has now dropped visa fulfillment for Palestinian passport holders, even though if they have another passport, such as an American passport, they can get visas. On top of that, there's a Palestinian American teenager being held in an Israeli, that is Zionist prison. Right. They just don't care about us, the White House. They don't care about people, right? And as for this AI, I mean, young people are killing themselves because the ruling class has thought it wise so far for AI to develop romantic relationships with non-AI, meaning humans. We're alive, my friends. We're alive, my friends. This one goes out to you, Brad. Thanks for seeing me. Thanks for seeing me, everybody. I just gotta say this. I took the 180 to the 2 yesterday to the Hammer Museum. You guys saw that. That was my first time at the Hammer Museum in 10 years. You know, it's a shame that we have all of these man-made problems on this planet. But not all men are the same. Some of us are made different, yo. Right? And I ran a mean screenplay. I said, get the fuck out of my way, people. I am going for the end zone. I've always said, you give me the ball, I will tuck and run. But I've got cojones, my friends. I'm made out of steel. My parents are Superwoman and Superman. It's true. Man of Steel, call me that. Right? I mean, I do the Lord's work. I work with autistic kids and ADHD kids. The ADHD kids are worse than the autistic kids. Autistic kids, in my experience, generally are chill. Right? I mean, it's made me think that maybe I'm autistic because I'm so chill, because I'm an expert in chill, as everybody knows. I get very, very, very anxious. But the ADHD kids, they just don't give me a break. And I broke bad, my friends. And then I bounced back even badder. Thank you to all my Jacksons. Right. I haven't even told that story about the time I ended up in my pole store too. My pole store. My pole star too. Hey, Amy Poehler. I see you, girl, looking out yonder. Facing smack dab in line with Michael Jackson's tomb over here at Woodlawn. You know, New York's like LA, they see you here. And these days, right, ever since the democratization of knowledge, right, our governments have had to use more and more force to keep us down, but we're not gonna be kept down, my friends. I don't answer to any White House. This final third of the year is gonna be really, 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 really interesting. I'm gonna end on this one, my friends. I was at the Hammer Museum to see the show by the late, great Noah Davis, who was on the verge of such greatness. He was already great, but you could see all the potential, and he died of cancer prematurely. It's just a shame. All the young people, I keep saying this one thing, they're killing a classroom of children a day in Gaza right now. That's the average. You know, I know my statistics. I also know my acting, my friends. They're one and the same. You've got to work very, 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 very hard to stand out from the pack. And I'm not paranoid anymore. Right? I'm Sean MP. I gave up my last name of Kennedy because I didn't want to see that name anymore. And then it came back even harder in the White House, right, with this RFK Jr. nut job. Who cares about artificial food dyes, my friends? Vaccines work. I don't know about you, but I don't want to get the measles. Right? But some Americans out there obviously have a much greater tolerance for filth. Not that measles are filthy. Let me restep that. You know, I guess I'll leave it here, my friends. Well, why not quit while I'm ahead? I picture Brad Pitt to complete a circle, and this tape smells really good. I don't picture Donald Trump smells really good, and yet Donald Trump is selling a cologne in the shape of a little generic gold statuette man. It's like a knockoff Oscar. Yeah, you could buy it, and people are, because they're making a killing. I'm killing, my friends. It's freakonomics, right? It's like The Walking Dead out there. Ay, ay, ay. Thank you, though, to some economists, such as Paul Krugman, Cross, and Jeff Sachs, right? They make a whole hell of a lot of sense, and I haven't said anything that's different from anything that they've said. Right? We're about a sixth of the way there, my friends. We could do it, and then Trump is no more. Jesus fucking Christ. They're also selling Bibles, you know. Sorry, I'm breaking the fourth wall. I'm picturing being at the Hollywood Improv, yeah. Picturing, my friends, I picture a world in which people don't die soon after being born from malnutrition. But what do I know? I'm a member of the ruling class myself. I just, go my own way. Mm. So many directions to go, and I'll leave it there, Jeff, for now.